It's me again, Nosy, back again for another video. And this is a response. This is the TFYTC homework, and it's the question that Smizzy mentioned on the Facebook page, the TFYTC Facebook page, and also he's also done a video himself, and a few other people have been doing videos throughout today. So this is the final chance for me to get one done, and something to get my hands and get my teeth into and talk about. So as you can see, I'm in my room. As you can see, there's certain articles of things up on shelves. Up on my computer there as well. And there's some stuff in front of me, which, yeah. Anyway, so you get the gist. So as you can see, this is not the largest of collections in the world. I've seen ridiculous quantities of collections in people's homes. People that literally have so much on show, and then there's stuff in storage and so on. And personally, as you can see, this room is not very large. It is not the largest of rooms, and I can maybe put a few more shelves up here, as you can see, but I'm very limited. So I've got to be very careful with the quantity that I buy, because I don't want to be one of these people where you can't even walk in and walk out again. So the point of this question was, what are the main fundamental things, the landmark things that got you into this game of reviewing and also collecting? So it all started a long time ago in the 1920s when I was 5 years old, because it feels like that now. I feel really old. So when I was really young, the landmark series that got me into this was Beast Wars. I'm not going to go too far into it. I've mentioned it many times. So Beast Wars was the landmark thing that got me into Transformers as a concept. But that was the first time anyone saw it in animal format, and the animal side of it really engaged me, because I thought, wow, I've never seen this before, and no other fan since G1 has ever really noticed. Well, there was animal forms. You got your Predacons, you got your Terracons, and so on. And different things like that, but this was the first time seeing them as an actual gorilla, kind of like bio-organic beings in a way. They've got a bit like Terminators, but animals. Don't know why that came to mind, but so that was that was the first fundamental thing, landmark thing, that got me into Transformers as a concept. Then fast forward back to 2006. Yeah, we're jumping quite a bit here, but 2006 was when Transformers Animated came out, and before that there had been a numerous amount, but there was a Transformers series from Japan and also American Hasbro produced stuff as well. But there was quite a long gap between the Unicron trilogy, which we fans call it, so Armada, Cybertron, and Energon, and that did not really hit well with some fans. They do have fan bases. I mean, I grew up with watching them because they came out during the early thousands, and I did watch them and I did enjoy them. But back then I was still quite young. But the reason why I say the second landmark thing that got me into it was the principal point that got me into collecting this stuff was 2006 Transformers Animated. I remember watching the first two episodes on Cartoon Network when it first aired. I didn't like it. Initially, I did not like it. And I wasn't the only one. As new things come about, and with the radical redesigns of the characters, it really took quite a few people a bit of time to really get into the show and to the idea and the prosthetic look. And it took me about 3 or 4 episodes to start seeing the idea behind it and I love it now to this day. It took a good 4 or 5 episodes for me to really get into animated and get used to the animation style. And that was the series where I started collecting. And this is not the original one. This is the first figure I ever bought. Okay. This is the first figure I ever bought. Obviously isn't the first, this is the second time I've filmed this. But I bought it because that was the landmark point when I started doing videos on YouTube. And I started doing reviews. And then from that little figure, I started collecting all this stuff. So we've got your masterpieces, and there's some third party up there as well. So you got the Open Play Springer and the Supreme Commander or Supreme Leader, Supreme Leader Optimus, Classics Optimus. Then you got Soundwave and Optimal. I put Optimal Optimus up there because he's essentially masterpiece scale. Beast Wars is my first love and always will be. And that is practically just there. And then you've got the miscellaneous shelf that I really need to sort out. And some G1 in there as well. And we've got Titan Returns stuff up here and other stuff down there. But yeah, so that's how that all sprouted about. And videos, I started doing videos around about late 06, 07. And the live action movies was released. The first live action film in 2007, that was announced and everything, and that got a lot of people's hype. And that was, I think, a lot of people's landmark moment was when the live action films was coming out. People just came out the woodwork and thought, "Oh, Transformers is coming back and live action," and it got a lot of people excited. Although people are starting to get annoyed with it all now, but I can understand because I am as well. But yeah, so they're my landmark moments. Beast Wars was what got me into the series as is. 2006 at Transformers Animated, which was the principal point of me starting doing reviews, which that was the first ever Transformer review I ever did. It's not on YouTube anymore. It was actually my original YouTube channel, which was called Nullsy00, and now obviously by a different name. So, but it's just cool to have that to remember that original channel, and that channel did actually do quite well. It's doing better than this one. I'm actually kind of ashamed that I never kept my original alias, my original channel open, because I'd probably be quite proud of it at this point. But yeah, that is that. So, and then obviously the live action movies would be another landmark point, which would start me really getting into the collecting game, because it was. I don't have many now. I've got some Last Night stuff and the Age of Extinction figure down there. But it was the live action films really was the main thing. The live action toy lines was what I kind of dabbled in, as well as animated. Then it branched out, and then when it came to cartoons, I didn't start watching a lot of the cartoons until I was maybe about 13, 14, 15, around about that point. Because that's when YouTube and everything, and I checked out G1 online, and then obviously Cartoon Network was airing a lot of the newer stuff, and Nickelodeon I think as well, if I remember rightly. It was a mixture of Cartoon Network, Fox Kids, Jetix, and Nickelodeon I think that aired a lot of the stuff in the UK, if I remember rightly. So yeah, so that's going to be my response. I don't want to make this too long. So yeah, so they're my fundamental landmark moments that got me into it, get me into reviewing, collecting, and got me into the whole love of the Transformer idea. Thank you again for the awesome question brought to us by Smizzy, by Dave, and I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. So until next time, see you all soon, stay awesome, peace, bye bye guys.